What is up guys, Etienne Guigal here of Social Vignerons, back with another wine video.
Very, very beautiful estate here.
This is the 10th episode of Tasting with Julian. Today we're tasting some super interesting, fine French wines from the Rhone Valley. This is in the southeastern part of France. We're tasting the Hermitage red and white wines by famous Etienne Guigal winery. Those wines retail around $50 to $70 in the US, 30, 40 pounds. So we're talking fine wines, we're talking really well-crafted wines. For those who are not familiar with Hermitage wines, definitely one of the most famous, one of the most highly regarded appellation in the Rhone Valley. Hermitage is quite a big hill. It covers around 140 hectares of vineyards. That's 350 acres on a hill just above the town of Tain. It's pretty steep, pretty large hill overlooking the Rhone Valley. It makes for some picturesque, impressive landscapes, vineyard landscapes, and quite steep hills. Those vineyards are facing south or southwest, and they take the heat from the Rhone, from the river as well. So all of these characteristics make for very, very special site, relatively rare wines, those wines as we will see, and hopefully they taste like their terroir, they taste as good as the label says they should. So let's start. We're starting with Guigal Hermitage white wine. 2015 vintage here. Guigal is based in Château d'Ampuis. That's the northern part of the Rhone Valley. Let's pour this little baby. So straight away, quite a golden, shiny, vibrant color. So straight away we can tell that this wine has gone under oak. It spends quite a few months, I think it's about a year and a half in oak barrels. So straight away you can tell this is not going to be just a vibrant, fruity, floral wine, but we expect the influence of oak. At first smell, this is indeed quite buttery. It's also very, very fruity. You get a lot of punch of apricot straight away. Lemon and lemon tart, really you get the impression that you're tasting a lemon tart and sniffing, I should say, a lemon tart. Add a little bit of cinnamon and a sprinkle of clove, and you have a charming, really interesting nose that you just want to dig in. So let's do that. So this is a dry wine. It's very juicy. Lots of acidity, solid minerality, also a large, rounded, comforting, charming body. The balance overall is super tasty. What really strikes, and I can really start to taste it now, it's the long finish. So many layers of lees, brioche, yeasty characters. The influence of some oak, some cloves, some nutmeg, caramel, a touch of torrefacted dark French roast coffee in there. There's a lot going on a super balanced, vibrant, crisp, punchy, energetic white wine. Absolutely a lot going on. The length is just immense on this wine. You can still taste it after a minute or two, which is really rare. So this is such a strikingly warming, comforting, fruity, oaky, complex, long white wine. There's a lot to discover, there's a lot to enjoy in there. God, I just want to have more. The harmony and the balance, the finesse, the elegance as well, combined with the power, the ripeness, the punchiness of ripe fruit that has been grown on this gravelly granite terroir of Hermitage. Yeah, mind-blowing. This is around $50. I think, you know, for $50 that's just as good. I mean, if you find this for $50, it's just as good a white wine as you'd ever find. So if you get a chance to try this, let me know what you think. If you agree with me, I'm enjoying this a whole lot. But let's move on to the red Hermitage. This retails around $70 in the US. So getting into the higher end of wines, you can't drink this every day, but let's see if it's worth it. A pretty dark, decently dark red color. This is made from 100% Syrah. I haven't talked about the blend on the white wine. This is 95% Marsanne and 5% Roussane. But Hermitage, this Hermitage is 100% Syrah, cooler area than the southern part, cooler than Châteauneuf-du-Pape and Gigondas and Vaqueras. We're in the northern Rhone here, but still it smells quite ripe. Lots of blackberry, dark cherry, but juicy, upfront cherry to be smelled on the nose. Dark coffee, dark chocolate, clove, nutmeg, definitely some black pepper. This is precise, complex, large spectrum of flavors, of aromas I should say, on the nose. Oh, the palate is so convincing. It's so large, it just fills your whole palate with an enormous sensation of body, but not a body that comes from a dense and loads and packed full of tannins. No, tannins are super fine, super smooth. They are quite dense, but they're refined. But the body, the overall body, it just takes your palate and captivates your palate. The acidity is also involved in this charming effect that this wine's got. Yeah, the acidity brings up the vibrancy of the cherry fruit character, an explosion of cherry fruit, strawberry jam, fresh raspberry coulis. I mean, my mind is sort of racing through all the flavors that I'm analyzing in there, but when you taste it, it actually tastes really balanced and harmonious. An interesting wine, but with definition, with depth, and not just all about the power. Something about the acidity, something about the juiciness, something about the refinement, the finesse, the elegance of it is quite amazing. It's clearly a 93 plus wine, a wine for fine, refined but tasty foods. This will withstand tasty dishes, spicy dishes, roasted meats, a super versatile, enjoyable wine for tasty foods. So both wines are superb, absolutely superb, elegant but warming, punchy, comforting wines from Guigal here. Hope you've enjoyed this quick episode of Tasting with Julian. I will be back soon with more wines. I'm having some wines from Provence, I'm having some wines from Bordeaux, I've got loads of wines from Champagne coming up soon. So stay tuned and I'll see you soon in the wine world. The white wine is then Guigal makes about 13,000 bottles a year of it. They make about 30,000 bottles of the red wine, so they make a bit more. If you're interested in knowing my score for the white wine, there is so much going on in terms of vibrancy of fruit combined with complex oak. This is 91 to 92 out of 100 points wine. Those one